Well,
I know.
I started the recording, so
Welcome.
welcome to the Sean and Gabe Show. I am Sean Davis,
I'm co-host Gabe Lewis.
and we're here again with
Again.
a very special guest.
It's me.
It's Dylan
Hi,
Van Dyke.
it's me.
He's gonna be
What's
really
up?
embarrassed when he looks back on the footage and hears himself saying that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. That's for sure.
But
Do you know what that's from?
No,
Then it's not gonna be funny, so I'm not even gonna tell you.
not to you. I mean, not to me.
It wasn't funny.
Anyway, I'm a little congested today, so don't mind my voice.
Don't you have something to
But,
say to Anne Frank?
Dude, it's give me a second. I'll get to it.
You're gonna get to Anne Frank later.
No, let me get.
She
back
would
in.
want you to get to her now.
I'm talking about my nasal shit now. It's like-
Wouldn't she? She'd want you to get to her right now.
Okay, here we go. Shh. So basically, fuck Anne Frank.
Okay, and I mean, it's not just us; it's everybody.
Like, she just sucks.
We've
you know?
completely forgotten about Anne Frank and her
Nah,
struggles.
she doesn't suck, man. But like, you look at Anne Frank, and it's like, what does she really do? What is important about her?
Besides
Yeah.
the book.
She wrote a little diary. I mean, you think about the millions of little girls today that are writing diaries.
And she was always upping herself
Just
in the
'cause she
beginning
was-
of the
just 'cause
diary,
she was
too.
a Jew. Think of all the Jews, man. There's 6 million of them.
The
like
first
that.
chapter of the book's all about how like she had like 12 boyfriends.
Wait, so what's the point of the book?
It's just her diary.
It's
man.
literally just her diary, dude.
It's like that.
Her father.
It's a little girl's diary.
Basically, her father found it and like redid the whole thing, like rewrote it or something, be more understandable for like adult minds probably, and published it.
So it's like the opposite of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a real diary. That, like it's
of real
Anne-
shit.
It's Anne Frank's actual diary.
And Anne Frank is not wimpy. Is she?
She's pretty wimpy in the diary, man.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
So never mind.
I mean,
I mean, it's not like Holocaust hero diary. It's like little girl that got fucked up in the Holocaust diary.
like I don't.
I don't know why
I
you're
don't
laughing.
really know if we should talk about this.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Look, man, I'm just kidding about the whole Anne Frank thing. Like, she's pretty chill. You know, I ain't dissing Anne Frank, but I'm just saying she didn't really do anything in history to be like worth noting. Honestly, like, what about all these other great people that died in the Holocaust that we could be talking about right now?
Well, I mean, I feel like
Wow.
everybody that died in the Holocaust is kind of important in their own way.
I mean,
but
yeah, exactly. Like, how do we make one specific person more important than others? I mean, it is a good book. It might be to literature people, but it's like, what about all the other writers, man?
literature has a habit of doing that in general, of making other people less important than some.
Yeah.
Anne Frank's story could be totally false.
There's tons of
just
stories
like-
that could be totally false.
Yeah, I know, that's true. But
Our entire knowledge of modern history could be completely false.
is there any true witnesses of Anne Frank's life besides her father?
Some Mindstoppel officer that fucking bopped her in the back of the head with a stick.
Okay, no one in this room can confirm she's real, so she's fake.
She could have just wrote like
Nobody
just-
in this room can
she-
can confirm that George Washington was
She
real.
literally could have been a German girl. Like
She was a German
I'm
girl.
not okay.
She
I'm
was.
I'm talking about like a pure German, like no Jewish, and you
She
know,
definitely was a Jew.
I'm talking about what she. I'm just saying, she could have just not have been. and
100%
just wrote down
German,
All this fake
no
shit
Jew
and just totally made it
preservatives.
up.
Anyway, fuck Anne Frank.
Yeah.
I hate modern literature in general
Why is that?
because
Modern literature?
yeah, just modern
Let me
literature.
name one piece of modern literature.
I'm talking about like
Like news articles.
like any book produced in like the since 1950 I don't enjoy.
I don't read books.
That's why I don't enjoy any of them.
I do like. I kind of agree. Like I like older stuff like that. It's way more interesting. But
It's when people gave a fuck about writing a book.
I don't think I'm specifically more for like stuff before the 1950s.
No.
Because there's stuff in like the 70s and 80s and stuff, like a lot of sci-fi and stuff that's really good.
Star
That was
Wars,
real
man.
back then. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, dude, you can't be dissing Star Wars.
The original.
All the classic movies, bro, are all based.
I'm
on
talking
books,
about
man.
like Indiana Jones and
I know.
shit.
I was about to say that.
Were those novels before movies?
Most of them
Yeah.
were short stories. But like
Yeah, well, I
Indiana
don't know if-
Jones is like one
Actually, I
of
don't
those.
know if Star Wars was. I think Star Wars might have
Yeah,
came
well,
out
he
as a
wrote
movie.
he wrote the script, right, and was debating on whether or not he was going to produce it as it was originally supposed to be a one-part film series. It was supposed to be like a one movie, the whole series crammed into one thing. You know what I mean? But like
It's interesting.
Indiana Jones is like one of those things where it was supposed to be like it kind of backs off of like matinees where like you get the radio show of like the hero, you know what I mean, like in the 40s where there was like they did radio shows instead of TV shows.
Yeah.
That's what Indiana Jones was based on, was like matinee, like Saturday night radio.
It would suck to be a kid back in those days.
Well, you didn't know any different, so
I know.
it really wouldn't have mattered.
I mean, there wasn't anything better than that at the time, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for them, something fun would be like kicking a rock.
And is that bad that they took joy out of
Honestly,
that?
No, but I'm
it
just
was
saying
a simple time.
it's boring.
And it probably would have been a lot better for our brains.
Because we get fried right now. Like, we just, so
Like,
much
dude,
stuff.
All these screens and stuff, and like, just all modern technology. We're just surrounded by it. 24/7.
Overexposure.
You can't
It definitely
be
fucks you
anywhere
up.
without like seeing someone using a mobile cell phone, like something that would have been impossible back then.
Yep.
Like that's never gonna happen. But it did.
I just wonder, like, where we're going, you know?
I don't really know how much further we can really get.
I think they were wondering that in the 40s, though. Like, how much farther can we
They
get?
were, man. That's exactly what they were wondering, and now it's gonna be repeated history, and we're gonna jump up again probably. But I don't know. We're in the same shoes that everybody else.
I feel like not much has changed. If you imagine how much stuff changed from 1950 to 1970, and then think about how much stuff has changed from like 1990 to now, it's nowhere even near the same.
Well, you just skipped the 80s, though.
Well, what I'm saying is like progression of time-wise, in the last 30 years, we have not made
Dude,
nearly the amount of technological
the Cold War
advancements.
ended, bro.
That's not a technological advancement. That's
Yeah,
a
that was
world
when it was-
event.
Yeah, but in like the 90s, it was like the whole nuclear weapon stockpile thing, wasn't it?
In the 80s, they made a movie called Back to the Future 2, and they thought 2015 we were going to have
I know,
hoverboards.
dude.
You
and
see
all
what I'm
this crazy
saying?
stuff.
You see what I'm saying? We haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, but dude, we have some crazy shit. We have VR now, man. VR, like, that's something that you'd see, like, it was just like an idea. Like, dude, imagine like being in a video game, and now it's like real. Like,
That is pretty
somewhat.
cool.
It's somewhat real, but like you can put on a thing on your face, and you look around, and it's like you're actually in a video game. Like it's become a real thing, man. Like it's something that I never thought would be a thing when I was a kid, and it is.
I never thought we would have half the stuff we have now.
Like, just look how far like smartphones have come since we've been children.
Not very.
They've come pretty far, man.
I feel like the touchscr's kind of not really
I
gone.
don't know. You look at the first iPhone
As far
and
as
compare
I
it to
think.
now, dude. Like the camera quality, the speeds, the amount of storage. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
it's pretty big, man. And the technology like that shit evolves faster than anything, dude.
I couldn't give a fuck less, to be honest.
About what?
About anything anymore, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, yeah.
All right.
in general, I mean, I really don't care.
Well,
Technological advancement, movie, don't give a fuck. I haven't even seen half of the new Star Wars films. Don't care.
Well, you don't need to.
Yeah, they're shit. Exactly.
What do you like, man?
Yeah, what
like
do you
anything?
do in your free time?
Kill stuff.
This is pathetic.
I hunt and fish because I like to hunt and fish.
You do that year round.
Yeah.
Hey, fishing is really fun, but I still have time for video games. I still got time for camping. All right, I love camping, dude. Over
Camping's
summer,
dope.
It's like my favorite thing. Just
I don't-
being in the woods, man.
Drinking in the
is
woods, man.
best
That's what I
place.
do when I'm not doing anything else.
That's interesting.
It's just what I like to do.
That's a concept right there.
Yeah.
I live a very simple life because I choose to, not because I have to. And more people need to do that.
Oh, some people have to be doing things all the time. They gotta just be
That's
on
a
the
product
go.
of society, though. That's a product of this
I want to live a more
generation.
simple life like that, like where I just do like woodland shit all the time. But like, and I just like I don't care. Like I just don't want to have to care about socializing. Just live out in the woods and do my own shit. Just like after school, just fucking do my own thing always. But like, just be alone. I don't know. I want that, but I also don't.
When
And
you
I'm at
get
a
out in the
spot now-
woods, things that you think are important in your day-to-day life really drop off.
I know, especially when you're alone, man. If you just go out there and you're just like in this solemn place in the woods, like my woods right now would be perfect for it. You know,
It's-
just go out there.
It's my therapy in a way. That's like how I explain it to people.
It's nice.
It really does something internally
Dude,
for me.
Mr. Miles, bro, he had an assignment where we had to go outside into the woods,
I remember that.
and we had to write about what we saw, like all of our senses and all the things we saw, heard, smelled, and all that. And that was just like the best moment of my life, dude. Just went out in the woods and just sat down and just like looked, and it started raining, but it was like not raining hard. And it was just really nice, man. It was just the most peaceful time I've ever experienced. And I was like, man, I just want to live here all the time in this peace.
Mine was the opposite. I was like scared.
But see,
I like heard some leaves rattle. I'm like, what is that?
that's a product of
And I kept getting scared at stuff, dude.
that's a product of how our society's
You
been
get used
ingrained
to that,
live.
though. You really do.
You know?
Like, you get used to the sounds. Like, at my old house, I would go into the woods a lot more because me and Brandon had a pretty well-developed, like, campsite that we made. So it was pretty cool. And, like, I would just go up there all the time and just, like, walk through the woods because I knew the woods really well. And it was just comfortable. Like, I wasn't scared of anything either because I'd been out there so much that I knew there wasn't anything.
Some days I literally I go home, I get my 22, sling it over my shoulder, and go walk through the woods for 3 hours. And I might not see anything or do anything.
I just don't
But
want to do that
I
really
still-
during winter.
I still
just-
gain the same amount of.
I like being in the woods during winter. I just really hate being cold. And having a fire is like, if I had a fire and I was like chilling, I would like that.
A portable fire.
No, he's talking about just chilling next
No, I
to
mean,
a
like-
fire, bro.
no,
He's
I
not
know.
talking about no torch.
But what if you could carry a fire around?
You can carry a fire around. You ever seen Indiana Jones?
No, I
with
mean
his
like
torch?
I'm talking about like a campfire. You could just carry it around in like a
You could in
sack.
A
Daisy.
sack. A sack of
In
fire.
DayZ, you make a fire on the ground and then you light it, and then you just pick it up and it melts your hands off.
Really?
Yeah, well, you die if you're holding it. And it'll say in the bottom of the screen, like, well, it used to say, it'd be like, your face is melting off.
It says that
Yeah, it
exactly.
really would say that. Like, it would say that. It doesn't do that anymore, I don't think. But in the old days, if you got too close to a fire in the game and you're just like on it, it'd be like red lettering. It'd be like, your face is melting off, and you die like seconds later.
My favorite thing about DayZ that I've seen, like, cause I don't play it, obviously, is
So
like
you know of it. That's
yeah,
good.
is the Arma mods.
Yeah. Well, that's basically where DayZ started. I mean, DayZ, it was a mod, the whole thing. Like, there's Arma, and there was a mod made for it where there's zombies and loot, and that was in Arma 2. And then the people that made that mod decided to just make a whole separate game out of it, which is DayZ. Just DayZ. That's it.
That is this week's segment in video game history.
Video game history
Sean
for you
is.
that I actually don't know any fucking thing about, and
Dude.
Sean
Well,
just schooled me.
One
but
thing,
Well, look, Dylan, you had somewhat the right idea, though, which I'm glad.
I don't understand is like a stigma against video games.
I definitely have that.
What does that mean?
Where like
Define that.
there's like adults are like, you probably just sit at home and play video games. It's like, well, you probably go home and just watch TV.
And drink.
So what's the difference? It's just
So what's the
it's just a
difference?
hate
different
that.
form of
I know.
entertainment.
I hate
Instead
that.
of watching a TV show, I'm like playing a TV show.
So
pretty
so
much.
so let's think about this in real detail here. The people come home and they watch mindless content, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get mindless content that they don't have to put any effort into, piped straight to them.
Yeah.
You are doing something when you're playing a video game. You're not just sitting there mindlessly
Like, you're
involved in something.
Like, that has to be training your skills so much, because, like, especially if you play video games a lot, like, you're getting hand skills, man. You're getting, like, hand-eye coordination skills. Working on, like, every time you play, you don't even realize it, and you're just doing it, like, perfectly.
But
You're getting good at games
what I'm
and
saying
stuff.
is those people that have that stigma that judge
I know.
are the
but-
people that don't have any idea what it
I'm
actually
just
is.
saying, like, you gain something from playing video games.
I wouldn't say that, but
I would say you gain more from playing video games than from television.
absolutely. At least you're doing something.
Doing something, you're using your brain and your
But little Johnny, who goes home after high school
doing it, man.
and smokes a doobie and plays GTA,
Well,
is no different than Karen, who comes home from work and
Exactly.
has a double shot of
Exactly.
vodka and watches
Or
soap operas. It's
Yeah.
not any
Yeah.
different.
you know,
It's not
that's-
any different.
That's true, man. That's
And
true.
Karen's probably Johnny's mom, and Johnny's probably getting yelled at for doing the same shit Karen's over there doing.
I
That
don't know,
being said-
everybody's hypocrites, though.
Do you guys watch any good soap operas?
No,
Well, like, what define a soap opera?
I don't even know what it
It's-
is.
Like, just give me an
It's something.
example of a show,
Okay.
like a show that is a soap
It's
opera.
something that's made for housewives. It's like a drama
specifically
show.
for them.
Yeah, literally.
Is that what like the actual definition is?
That's not the definition, but that's what.
What they are.
Yeah. They're like drama shows
I know that much.
that are like super
Are
like.
they like real life shows? kind
No.
of thing?
Not even close.
Okay, so they're like staged.
Yeah.
We're talking like CSI,
Okay.
but like not on that level.
CSI.
Okay,
but,
the
like,
format of them is like a sitcom, like the camera structure and stuff like that, but there's no laugh track. So it's just like.
Oh, okay.
So it's
okay.
like that, but
Oh, so that one show that was like super popular. I'm not gonna try to think of it because I'm not gonna guess it, but yeah,
Yeah.
and people just eat that stuff up, dude.
I don't like that.
Some people love drama
like that
and
stuff,
stupid
man.
crap like that.
But like, my mom's addicted to like that Love Island bullshit where they put a bunch of people in one place and like
Yeah,
see
I know
who
what you're
hooks
talking
up with who. Like, and she's like, "Oh, this week, blah 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 blah, slept with blah blah blah," and I'm like, okay, I don't give a flying fuck, you know? I
Honestly,
don't care.
Like, yeah,
I have no fucks to give
I used to like the Survivor series. Like that was really good.
until it got dumb.
Yeah, dude. Well, it just dragged on like so like every single season, and it was like it went on for like 18 seasons or something. I don't know. It went on
It's
for
still
a long
going,
time,
dude.
Man. It's still going, man.
But I remember.
It was a pretty good show though.
Do you guys ever? Do you watch The Bachelor ever?
No.
No, my mom was into it.
My
Do
mom
you?
used to.
Do
No.
you though?
No. And that's
Are you
why.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm dead serious. I've never watched it ever.
And now a word from our sponsor, The Bachelor.
The only thing I really know
Live
about The
on
Bachelor
TBS.
is like there's like one guy and like a bunch of chicks,
Well, he knows what networks it's on.
or it's
so
like a bunch of guys and one chick. It's something like that.
Is it on TBS?
I don't know.
That's like for kid. TBS for kid. No, that's PBS.
Wait, what?
Whoopsie. I got my networks mixed up.
There's a lot of networks, and they all have the letter B in them.
BBC, TBA, TBS, NBC.
Comedy Central, bro.
That's not a B.
I know. So that's proof
That there's others out there.
that they don't all have B's in them.
He didn't say all of them. He said a lot.
No, he said all of them.
I don't even remember.
I don't even care.
This
Like,
is stupid.
I really don't care.
Okay, this is the dumbest
just don't
conversation.
argue me, alright?
What's dumber?
This is dumber.
That conversation?
That statement was dumber. That's what was dumber.
Who
What's-
is the dumbest?
Who is the dumber one?
I don't know. But
Out of all three of us, who do you think's the
who's
dumbest?
stupider?
Who's more stupider? Hunter.
Definitely me. Hunter?
Yeah.
Glassford?
He's more stupider.
Is that beef that you're trying to start?
Yeah.
No, I love Hunter. I'm just
Nah,
kidding.
Dude, no, let's start some beef on the podcast, bro.
Dude, I don't
And
hate
we'll have Hunter come back on.
Hunter?
And he'll give a response, bro, and then we can make a diss track.
a
No.
Hunter will
We would
make a
not
diss
make
track.
it. He would. He'd be down to make a diss track. I
He
bet
would.
he would.
You
Dude,
should make a
we
diss
actually
track.
were like steady vibing like over the break. We were doing this thing with Leonard Skinner, where I was doing vocals and he'd play.
Freebird?
It was dope. It actually worked out really good. And then
Yeah.
we never played it again.
Well, I'm sorry about that New Year's Eve lock-in thing.
Dude, I was so sick anyway.
I had to work on New Year's
I
Eve.
couldn't even have gone. It wouldn't
Yeah.
have mattered.
Then I sat at home, and yeah, that was New Year's Eve.
Sounds fun.
It was not.
Sean, question. Do you miss your Indiana fellas?
I mean, yeah. I saw some of them over the break.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you go there?
Yeah. With my Jetta, bro.
You drove all the way to Indiana to hang out with some Indiana dudes?
I like my mom and stuff.
No.
Pretty good.
Did your mom want to meet me?
Probably.
Do your parents know who I am?
My mom has heard of your name. No. That's about it.
My parents don't know who you are.
Well, my mom knows you now because of the podcast, and that's it.
That's it?
Well, she lives in Indiana, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Unless you like,
I
unless on
didn't
the
know that.
weekend you drive down to her house or something like that.
Oh.
Do
No,
you?
I actually live.
What?
I live with my dad here, and my mom's in Indiana still.
Are your parents, like, separated?
Well, considering one of them lives in Michigan and the other lives in Indiana.
Well, some parents do some jank shit, you know?
No, it's not. They're not. To answer your question, no. They're not together.
I didn't think so, but it was worth a shot.
That would be kind of crazy.
Well, I don't know. My girlfriend's dad was in the Navy and was in Virginia, and her mom was here. So,
Well, that's
he was in
different.
Virginia. Like, I don't know his situation, so I don't know that stuff, you know?
I came from Indiana, though. You
I
knew that.
know that.
So you think my mom is stationed in Indiana?
Stationed? with the Red Army.
You're talking about circumstances here, and you're the one who asked the question, man. I was just...
Well, I'm sorry I asked a question.
You know what? Don't ask any more questions.
I
Okay,
won't.
I have
I'll
a
let you
good
guys
question
do your
for
thing.
everyone.
just kidding.
If you had to join a branch of the military, what would it be?
Dude. Already did.
What?
Yeah.
If you had to
Which
join
one?
another one that's not that one,
I'd join the Marine Corps if I didn't have to join the Navy.
I just want to, like, I don't know.
I
It's
thought
actually a hard choice.
I thought you were about to say I just want to kill people.
No, I was going to say I just want to be like a, you know.
A Navy SEAL.
No, definitely not. No, I was talking about like a pilot or something.
So Air Force.
Even though I'm horrified of heights, I would really like to overcome that fear.
Fun
Well-
fact, 95, well, not 95, probably like 75% of aircraft are owned by the Navy, not by the Air Force.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not surprising.
the Navy does most air operation.
I would fly
Air
for-
Forces run the bases.
Well, it's still the Air Force there, though, right?
No.
Is it actually the Navy
There
that's
are
flying?
Navy pilots. More Navy I would say there's probably more Navy pilots than there are Air Force.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
100%.
Really?
I will do research while y'all speak on that. but I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
if I had to join one, I'd join the Space Force.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Dude, Trump said it.
Yeah. Trump says, Trump do. Monkey says, monkey do.
You calling Trump a monkey?
His skin tone.
What?
Dude, he has a weird skin.
Is it monkey skin though?
I don't know. I've never shaved a monkey and saw his skin. You're like rubbing your nipple, dude.
Oh, it's not my nib, bro.
You're gonna have to edit that out. That was
It's my
weird.
sore
Yeah, we're
pits.
ready to do this out. Your sore pits. You're like massaging them.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really
So-
squishy.
The Air Force has a more greater variety of aircraft than the Navy, but the Navy has more aircraft.
So who's the Air Force?
The Air Force runs
So why does the Air Force exist then?
the Air Force runs flight bases. So Air Force bases where Navy and Air Force planes can land and take off from.
Why?
Because the carrier fleet is bigger than the ground air fleet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, Dylan, how about this? So who's the Air Force?
The Air Force is who it be, bruh. I
Wait,
don't know.
have you met like the top general of the Navy?
No, I'm not a commander, but
Why is it called the Air Force? What's up with force, bro? You know?
Well, if you really want a history lesson, I mean, I doubt you do.
No,
Why
I
do they call it
don't.
Forces, like the armed forces, shit like that. You know?
Because it is a force.
Like
The police force. The
yeah,
Air
but,
Force.
But is it really a force?
Yes.
Like
You'd feel the force if you had an Air Force raining down on you.
Yeah.
like centrifugal force, like
No.
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, that's who cares? I don't
No,
want to. I don't
Think
want
about
to
it though. Why do we call it a force? Like, why don't we just call it like
squad.
a squad?
The
bro?
Air
The
Squad.
Air Squad sounds like some
Militia.
gay shit. Okay.
Just like
What about the?
the armies, bro?
No, they could be the buddies, like those pet movies.
The Air
those dog
Buds.
movies.
The Air Buds.
Yeah, dude,
Little
the
golden
pals.
retrievers flying through the air.
It's the
Air
boys,
Bud.
bro.
Yeah, the boys. That'd be the Air Boys.
Boys. Boys. B-O-I-S. Boys.
Yeah, it's the boys.
The
bro.
Marine Boys.
That dude. See, we should rename the
It'd be way
military
simpler.
to the boys.
Be way dumber, more stupider.
But women can still join, but they're gonna be considered a boy now.
They get to be drafted.
They're one of the boys.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
that's
if they
dumb.
demand equality, then yeah, they should be drafted.
Okay, we talked about this last time about equality.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the draft. 'Cause this is more of a problem.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we
With
did.
Hunter, we did with Hunter.
You guys have 100% talked about the draft before.
We did. We literally just did with Hunter.
We have, but
I don't even want to talk about it because I don't care, and I think all those memes are annoying.
All the
they're
kids,
they're
the kids
getting
can
very
fuck
annoying.
off. Okay, all the kids in the schools right now making World War III jokes. You can fuck right
Okay,
off.
I only made one
Yeah,
today
yeah.
because Mr. Lawrence was literally drafting people to answer questions with a
I'm-
roulette wheel.
I'm gonna start punching fools. I swear to God. I'm so
Dude.
sick and tired of these jokes. You're not going to get drafted. You're fat, overweight, on Doritos, can't run, and don't have any sense of direction. You're going to be fucked.
Like in the 40s, draft worked because the kids were in shape.
The kids were farmers and coal
Yeah.
miners and not fucking shitheads.
The draft was still gonna work, dude. And there's still a lot of people that are able-bodied.
Not here.
Nah, there's more at our school than you think, man. There's not that many too obese people.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Make sure you edit that out. Edit this out.
Dude, that was the cue to go back into the conversation.
I'm sorry.
Okay, ready?
But anyway, the draft is stupid.
Yeah,
All these kids, you're not going to get drafted.
I think I'd get drafted.
You're not going to get drafted. It's not even a war. It's a
No, I'm
military
saying-
police action.
But I'm saying if there's a draft in place right now, I think I would.
You're
What?
probably underweight. I'm just throwing that out there.
Probably, but they would probably still throw me in there. They're gonna run out of people anyway, dude. There ain't enough people, like you said.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to start throwing guys in like me.
You know how they want to like make the army more drones than man?
It's the droid army.
That'd be way cooler if they had a drone draft. They'd be like,
They're like, oh yeah, that's a good drone.
They'd be
Fucking
like-
you come here.
2C38 is drafted.
It's just some robot in Texas. It's just it's just like a scout drone, like some hunter uses
Yeah.
to scout his land.
I wish it was.
Shit, he
I
got
wish that was
drafted.
more of a thing, like Star Wars universe, where there's just droids everywhere. There's like all kinds of different.
Oh, it's
droids.
coming.
It
It's
will
gonna
be.
happen.
That'd be awesome, dude. I want them to look cool though, and not stupid.
Yeah. I agree.
Let's have a moment of silence here.
For our lost droid.
For
friends.
Ed Frank.
Oh god, this is
No, let's
horrible.
have a
This is horrible.
Let's have a moment of silence for the boys in in Iran. Actually, the boys in Iraq that just got fucking attacked yesterday. Literally, man.
Here's
they
the
did.
problem, dude. Me and Sean are kind of retarded.
What day is it?
To be honest with you,
Like what?
I'm
day
kind
is
of retarded. Okay.
Listen.
it? Seriously.
Listen.
Is it Wednesday?
The aliens.
Yeah,
It is
it is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
They're coming.
Dude, he has such a... Like, what makes a
We
voice
sound like
so soothing to the ear?
that is not a soothing voice. Listen. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but
It's
what
not
what
soothing.
makes a voice?
Like, Morgan Freeman's
soothing?
voice is so silky smooth.
It's just about.
He's out there doing this stuff. The carpet goes from wall to wall.
It-
He can
it-
make anything sound
you just
sexy.
You just gotta have it like deep, but also like smooth, man.
My favorite one is who's the voice of Darth Vader? Who's that guy?
Oh, that's
Forget-
James Earl Jones.
James
bro.
Earl Jones's voice soothes me.
Dude,
Yeah.
He's. Yeah.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Didn't he like direct like all the music and shit?
I
No.
think he's like a conductor.
Yeah, he
No.
conducted like all the music.
No, the conductor guy is John Williams, who's a legend. He did the Superman theme, like the classic one? He did that. He did Indiana Jones, E.T., Jaws, Star Wars. Yeah, he's pretty much a legend, bro. He did Jurassic Park,
Really?
Schindler's List. He pretty much did all the Spielberg movies and Star Wars.
Literally, like you just named off all. of
Yeah.
them.
That's pretty much it. Any movie that Harrison Ford was in.
Dude, he's a beast, bro. And he's about to die soon, so rest in
Oh
peace.
my god.
And another moment of silence.
He's
Rest
actually-
rest in peace before he's dead.
Dude, he's actually really old, man.
That's why I said that.
He is, man. That's sad.
Okay, I take back my rest in peace because he is not dead.
Maybe he is.
This is the problem with society. Dylan Van Dyke on his phone right now in the middle of a conversation.
He's like, yeah, bro. I got in the woods. I'm the hardest.
Dude,
motherfucker
I'm
here."
swiping.
Swiping right?
No,
He's on the tendies.
dude, do you know how old Joe Rogan is?
Like 50.
52.
Don't talk
So?
about him.
No, but I'm saying
He's our rival, dude.
He's not a rival. I just saw a thing that his power cube, like they use a cube in MMA to determine the power of like a kick or a punch. Like they have a device for it, and he just recorded a score of 151,000, which is like Mike Tyson's strength. He's 52 years old.
So
I just think that's pretty. It's pretty sweet.
Are you ageist?
I feel like that'd be like the age to be able to do that at. Yes, nice and ripe.
Ripe.
Yeah.
The ripe age of 52.
Yeah.
You get ripe about 52 is when things start getting real ripe
Dude,
around here.
my dad's like almost 50.
Yeah, my parents are old too. I mean, almost 50.
Florida woman gets arrested for threatening to get McDonald's sauce by any means necessary.
Why are you looking at that, man?
Because it's worth
Dude.
it. A Florida woman was arrested for
Did you
threatening to
ever
rob
hear
a
about that?
McDonald's
Dude, why?
For sauce.
What's the deal with Americans and like the judicial system always suing people for stuff?
What about that lady that sued the lifeguard for saving her life because he didn't have consent to touch her?
Yeah, or like the girl who sued McDonald's because the coffee was too hot.
Red Bull didn't give some guy in Nebraska wings, so
Yeah.
he sued him. He sued them. It's just
They're so money hungry and lazy to actually work that they'll just sue someone.
I mean, I'd do it.
my friend's dad said.
I probably would too.
My friend's dad said that I should be the guy, not me, but him. He said I should be the guy to, if somebody sues somebody for a stupid reason, I should be able to get one smack on the back of the head with a baseball bat. Said if it's worth suing, you should be able to consent to somebody beating the piss out of you before you sue somebody for it.
All right.
Well, then you could just sue them for assault.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, baseball bat, schwack.
No, but there could be like a
Punishment.
signed-
A
no,
punishment if
there
you
could be
don't
like a
if you sue
signed
for a stupid reason.
document that is like, if you both consent to it, you both sign your name on the paper, and it's legalized, and it's just like, all right, I'll let you kick my ass if you don't sue me.
That's what I'm saying. But if you lose the
But-
battle, the legal battle, you should have to have some punishment for suing for a dumbass reason. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the guy that's doing the suing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like really expensive to get a lawyer and stuff, so that's a punishment if you lose.
I'm not talking
That's a
financial
punishment if you
punishment.
win,
I'm
too,
talking
dude.
about like some
Just 'cause
you
they're
need some
expensive.
real ass punishment in your life if you sue for a dumb reason.
So you're proposing that if you sue someone for a stupid reason and you lose, not only do you deserve to lose and be embarrassed, but you deserve
Baseball
to
bat.
be almost killed.
No, only if you're the one suing.
Yeah.
If you sue somebody for a dumbass reason and you lose a bunch of money and you get beat up. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's a little overkill.
I mean, hey,
You
Talk about
do you
life.
also want to tar and feather them too?
that's just disrespectful.
What's up, man?
Yeah. Imagine getting the tar off.
I'm worried about the
Imagine-
feathers. I don't like feathers.
Not getting the tar off.
Ever. You're just Tar Man. Tar Man! It's like Tarzan, but black.
You can get the tar off in a couple spots, but that's about it.
Can I keep that?
Yeah.
Can I keep that? Yeah, like your crotch is just your entire like taint area. You can't get the tar out, so it just hangs out in there. You just smell like asphalt. It's your own dumbass fault. Get it? Uh-huh. Yep.
We're cutting that joke out for sure.
That's perfect. Leave that. They'll love it.
But
I hate it.
okay, all you listeners that are still listening,
And nobody's still listening.
we're gonna start doing a thing where comment questions or send us questions via Instagram or whatever, and we'll have a segment where we just answer them because it'll be funny.
No, forget
Oh.
that. Get in the comment section right now and ask us a question. Not me, these two. Ask them a question. I want to see these questions. I want to be able to read these questions and see what these people are asking
Basically,
you
Dylan's
guys.
trying to take credit. All right, so
I'm not taking
I
credit
literally
for
just
anything.
said that.
No, you said Instagram or whatever. I'm saying right now. Get in the comment
but no
section.
one wants to leave comments. So here's what we'll do. I'm gonna make a questionnaire here on Instagram. I'm gonna post it on the story, and we'll have people ask questions there.
Okay.
Because that'll work a lot.
I
better.
don't care. Just trying to help. Gabe's cutting me down.
And you guys can just share the story around too and get more people to see it.
I have a question.
For who?
I mean, I have a question from a listener.
What?
He wants to know. I don't have a question. I was
You can't just do that.
Well,
I,
you
did-
can't do that,
I was
man.
hoping to just pull one out of my butt and like
Cut that
make
out.
one up.
You're gonna
Basically, he
do
was
so much
wanting to
more.
know if Dylan is cool.
No.
And
Okay, we're cutting this section out. Let's think of a deep question.
The
and then
answer is
say
no,
that's the
I'm not.
question.
Do you consider yourself a generally cool person, per se?
No.
I don't either. I don't think anybody really does.
I'm kind of cool.
No.
Jesus, Sean.
Dude, what makes like people just cool?
Nothing.
Like, there's some people, they just walk in the room and they're just like, they just have charisma.
It's just charisma, man.
You know who's just cool and you can't help it?
Who?
Early Harrison Ford.
Dude, why do you keep talking about
Yeah, I was
Harrison Ford, bro?
maybe thinking about someone we know in like person.
In person?
Yeah. Who's the Harrison Ford of our grade?
Do we have one?
That's why I'm
There's
asking.
no one that's really that great.
I feel like Tyler Owen's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he's cool, but I don't know if he's like Harrison Ford cool. You feel me?
No one's Harrison Ford. Except Harrison Ford.
You can't be that cool. Can't be Harrison Ford cool.
Oh my gosh.
You know, he landed his personal aircraft on the taxiway at a major airport and just said, oops.
Do you know he's crashed his plane?
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times.
And then people always cut back to the Indiana Jones scene where him and his dad get in the plane, and he's like, can you fly a plane? He's like, fly? Yes. Land? No.
That's so true.
Because he can't. You can't land a plane.
Dude, I love that movie when it's him and his dad. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery plays that part amazing. And Sean Connery's the same dude in every film.
Sean Connery was the Harrison Ford of his day.
But dude, think about it.
classic guy,
He's the
dude.
same guy.
Wasn't he like the first James Bond?
Oh, for sure. He was one of the original James Bond.
I know he's one of the originals.
But he is like the same guy in every single movie. He's just Sean Connery. Like Red October, he's just a Scottish captain of a
Submarine.
Russian submarine.
That sounds a lot like a script that Gabe was writing last year.
He's like, my name is Sean.
I still
Sean-
have that script.
My name is Sean
and I
Connery. He's like,
don't
I'm
have
the
it
captain
finished.
of this submarine. And then 20 years later, he's in Indiana Jones. He's like, I am your father, and like that's he's the same dude in every movie. James Bond, freaking Harrison Ford's dad. He's the same dude. I just can't unsee.
He's just such a nice guy too.
I can't unsee any of the other parts he plays because, like, you know how actors like change their perception
Dude,
for
he-
roles. He doesn't do that at
What
all.
about him as a Lego character though, bro?
What?
Yeah, from Lego Indiana Jones.
He actually like voiced that part. He actually went.
No.
No, Legos don't talk, man.
Yeah, in the games they're like, oh.
They just don't say. They're like,
Hmm.
They just kind of like hum and like
And grunt.
and grunt and just do that kind of
Huh.
thing. They just don't have.
That was
mouths.
Minecraft. Whoops.
Imagine just talking without a mouth, so they don't really talk.
Okay, we're.
No, stop saying.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't care about cutting schwiz out.
I'm just
Schwiz.
saying this is
People like it, bro.
this is
No, Dylan. You know
Pointless.
what's horrible?
what?
You as a guest, man.
Okay, no,
I'm
no, no.
just kidding, man.
No, no.
That makes me really sad.
I'm just kidding, dude. You're a good guest, man.
I do my best.
Look, this is going well. Look,
Okay.
this is okay.
I've noticed a pattern that goes on with these shows. We have talk and it's funny, and then like at some point we always dog on the guests that they suck.
We just start going on about stupid shit.
We
Let's
we
just-
have for an hour
I know,
already.
but-
We
No,
gotta like
no,
send.
no.
Okay, we gotta refocus.
Let's refocus. Let's just.
Okay,
Let's just talk about it.
this
man.
is why it sucks. Okay, let's be honest. Men are not that good at like staying focused.
Look, we're not that good at being creative. I feel sometimes.
No, we're definitely creative.
No, we're just basic guys.
The things we talk about is creative, but they're not like They don't have substance.
They're just not.
Sean, craziest driving experience you've ever had in your life?
Driving experience.
Yeah. What's the craziest shit that's ever happened to you in a car?
Nothing too bad, really. I've never been in an accident or anything.
Well, I know, but have you ever had a moment where you did the oh shit, you know?
Like where I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Well, I hit a deer once, but it wasn't like too bad. It like broke its leg though. I stopped. I was going probably like 30 by the time I hit it, cause I was like slamming the brake.
Did you like?
What not with my car?
Did you get
but-
out and like check on it?
Yeah, dude. I had to see how the car was.
My
I was like,
grandpa hit a
"Shit."
deer one time at 55 miles an hour and never stopped. He just kept going. He just bam kept driving.
I'm scared that I'm gonna hit a deer one day with my car, and it's just gonna fly through the windshield. I'm just gonna have a hoof through my brain.
That's a very specific fear.
Yeah, what's some
Well,
like?
I just fear that it could just come in and or like it's antler something, like it could be a buck or something, and just total me, bro.
Total you, not the
We
car.
all have specific fears
Well,
for
it can
some
go
reason.
straight
Oh,
through the
yeah,
win-
for
it
sure.
can go through the windshield.
I
man.
have very specific fears.
Yeah, me too.
I have a fear that I go to the bathroom, and then when I come back, like my zipper just falls off and my pants just drop down, and then I'm like wearing like pink polka dot underpants, and everyone laughs.
Whatever.
I
That is
do. I'm
not-
dead serious.
That is actually your fear?
Yeah, that's one of them.
I
Sean,
can't-
what is your specific fear besides the deer?
Probably that someone's just gonna come into my house while I'm sleeping and just like.
That's not very specific.
No, because like my room has a door like that goes directly outside.
Yeah.
So I fear if I just like, I don't really unlock the door much or like leave the door locked much. So like, someone could just walk in and just like take all my shit, or they could just like stab the shit out of me.
I have a fear of getting geographically lost.
I don't know, man.
I
I fear
have-
getting lost if I have a car because I don't have to ditch it. But if I'm just getting lost walking, it's not that big of a
Oh,
deal.
no, I don't worry about that. I'm talking about, like, driving in a place you're unfamiliar with
That's
and
true,
getting
man.
lost and having no other way to figure it out.
No, I would only have that fear like big time if it was in another country.
Have you ever had to,
A
like,
foreign
pull over
country.
and ask for directions?
I've never had to ask for directions.
Dude, one time I started this new job out in Onstead, which obviously isn't really that far away from here.
I've
But
never been there.
it's like 25, 30 minutes away from here towards Ohio. Like Dundee area, if you're going that direction. But I got lost out there one time working, and I left, and I had a quarter of a tank of gas left, and my phone was stone dead, and I took like a couple wrong turns and got like super turned around, and had to stop at a farmhouse and knock on the door and ask the old dude that lived there for directions.
What do you say?
Yeah, I knocked on the door and I was like, "Hey, how do I get to M50 from here? I'm pretty turned around." He's like, "You are literally 40 yards away. You go down the end of this road and take a left."
So if you were facing north, turn right twice, then turn left once.
Yeah.
One direction when you.
How many sides does a cube have? 4.
Dude, you have to hear this. So in psychology,
That's the best. Story.
there's a question, and Mr. Lawrence asked his kid, what direction is Abraham Lincoln facing on the penny? And he's like,
No, the
forward.
part that made it so good about it was he said there's a profile. So that's either right or left side of somebody's face, right? And she says straight.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be weird?
You can't have a straight profile. It's not
No,
possible.
wouldn't that be weird if Abraham Lincoln was just staring
right
directly
at you?
like,
Yeah.
No.
That'd be so freaky, dude.
no currency. The guy is facing directly at you.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It'd be
Even on
weird
like
if
the
it was.
bills, like they're like slanted.
That's
a
not
little
even
bit.
an option. It's
Yeah,
not-
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'd be super weird if it was that way.
That's what makes it funny about her
They're just
answer.
staring
though,
at you.
is it's not even an option. And then he's like, how many sides does a cube? How many corners does a cube have? And she says 4. And she doesn't even know what a cube is after. She's like, I don't even know what a cube is.
She was dumb.
She's
What
dumb.
grade is she in? Like, what's going on here? No names here, but
No, that's what I wondered. She's a junior.
Yeah, everyone in
A
that
junior in high
is a
school.
junior
wow,
senior.
that's embarrassing.
Really? She really looked dumb.
Like,
Like, I'm dumb, but not that dumb.
I've gotten to the point now in high school, like, you know, when I started off as a, you know, in the freshman year, is like, I was way more nervous and uptight about shit, and like, if I had to answer your question, I was more nervous, but like,
Anymore,
now-
I just don't give a
yeah, now
flying
I just
fuck.
don't care. Like, I will say anything, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
What's the square
Like,
root
it's
of
so-
what's the square root of 36? Peanut butter. I don't care. I'll say anything.
Right. Like, you just gotta think about like being a senior and just like, this is my last year. I don't care. Like, I don't need to care.
Yeah, if I could go back and tell my ninth grade self to like not care, just let it go, not be so like
It
scared and
wouldn't work,
timid.
man. I don't think
It
it
wouldn't work, but I just would want to tell him.
I think it just comes with time, man. I really think it does.
Yeah,
And
you don't
it's
know
Yeah.
how many football seniors told me they were like, dude, just don't worry about this shit. Just go out there and have a good time and like play. But I was like so uptight about
Right.
like playing and like doing everything right and like that I made more mistakes trying to do shit right than I would have if I just went out there and like done what I knew how to do, you know?
Yeah. And you don't even notice that you've changed until after. You know?
Yeah, retrospect does a lot of.
Right.
It's because I think you realize like over time
Yeah,
that
you
it doesn't matter as much as you
reflect
thought.
on your old self, and you see how you are now, and it's like, wow, it's crazy.
Dude,
I'm like way more mature, I feel now.
I reflect on my old self and go, man, I am so not more mature now than I am in so many ways than I was then.
Yeah, like I'm still immature in a lot of ways for sure.
Dude.
I still want to be a child at heart, you know, but in a lot of ways I'm way more mature than I was.
Did I tell you about that party I went to over break?
No.
Dude.
Is this something you want to talk about?
Oh, for sure.
Alright.
People are going to laugh at me, and I want to get it out there so more people know about it because it's hilarious. So my friend Michael calls me, and he's like, dude, you want to go to this party? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. It was like a Christmas thing. Like, it was a white elephant gift party, but we all knew that we were getting pretty plastered, you know? So we went out there, and the guy there that, like, was running this whole operation, like, always likes to see the new guy get, like, super fucked up, and I knew I was going to be a target. Like, you know when you just know you're going into a place where you're not safe? Like, that's the feeling I had here. I was like, I'm definitely not going to walk away from
I don't like that feeling.
I was like, I'm definitely not going to walk away from this, and I'm okay with that, you know? So I had, like, probably 2 or 3 beers when I got there, and then...
Okay, well, if I was there, like, okay, you said you went there with friends?
Yeah, I went there with one friend.
Just some random dude's house?
Yeah. Not to me, like, I've met the guy once or twice before, but it's a pretty well-known, like, party spot, which is why I'm not, like, telling people who it is. But, like, there was, like, 15 or... probably, like, 20 guys there, probably, like, 5 or 6 girls were there. And the guy goes, all right, dude, just hit this. And he comes at me with, like, a beer bong. You know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a funnel with a tube on it. And I was like, yeah, I'll just hit it. It's not that, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'll just do this and make him happy and he'll go away. You know what I mean? Like, it's his house, it's his party. He's going to want to see me get pretty.
You can't just be like, no.
Yeah, he wants to see me get pretty twisted.
Like, dude, nah.
Yeah. So I hit it, right? Come to find out, the guy that had just hit it before me instantaneously puked when he had it because it was bacon vodka and a Bud Light tomato.
What?
So I've had like probably 3 or 4 shots of
That's not real,
bacon vodka.
Where do you find
bacon bird dog vodka,
I've
dude?
never heard of it.
It's terrible. So like I hit this and I take the whole thing because I didn't want to be a pussy, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
And then
I don't really know what you mean.
5 minutes late, not even 5 minutes later, dude, I've had probably like 15 beers since then because you start drinking hard liquor and beer just like calls to you. It's like, hey, open the fridge. I'm right here, you know? So I'm outside, like pretty fucked up, you know? And my buddy Michael comes out. He's like, hey, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, I'll be ready in like 15, 20 minutes, ready to go. Passed out. Just standing there. Just standing there, broad daylight, pass out on the ground.
I don't believe it.
I shit you not, dude. I was standing right next to a red Ford F-150. I put my right arm on the hood and started leaning over, and I just passed out.
Does your girlfriend know about this?
Yes.
Good.
So Michael scrapes me up, puts me in his truck, drives me like 15 yards up the road to his house. It's not even, it's like the next driveway over.
Why are you driving then?
Because his truck was there.
Why'd you drive there?
Because we came from somewhere else.
Oh.
So when we got to his house, and he's like helping me like walk because I'm so freaking plastered I can't even do anything. And he's like, welcome to the blank, because this is like their party central out there. And I was like, yeah, it was a pretty good time. And then I passed out again, and then I woke up in his yard at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I cannot explain to you how messed up this entire experience was. Like, I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but like it was a couple hours of pretty hardcore going at it, you know. And then like I just completely went.
The way you're describing it, it just
sounds
like
very sexual.
It sounds like you took like a drink and passed out. Took another drink and passed out.
Be like, bro, I hit this beer bong and I passed out.
Well,
and I had a crazy time.
I had like probably like I'd say probably like 4 or 5 Budweiser before I even got to the beer bong. But I hit the beer bong, and then I drank more and more and more, and then like they kept coming at me with different stuff, like, hey, pound this, you can pound it, you know, and everybody, chug, 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 like people influence you more than you think.
I'm glad Dylan is doing those things, so I don't have to.
Chug, chug, chug. That?
Yeah. I'm going to these crazy parties.
I mean, I don't really like to do that anymore, but sometimes you have to just get out of your comfort zone and just go for it.
Well, I don't really get invited to parties.
I don't either. I want to go to them, but I at least want to get invited to them
Like,
so I can
hang
say
out with the
no.
boys. You know, I hang out with my close friends. We have our own little parties. Like, sometimes it's like 5 or 6 of us. It's only dudes though. I mean, no homo, but we just chill, listen to metal, headbang, do crazy shit.
I mean, I like chilling with the boys too, but every now and again it's nice to go out, you know, and hit the party, you know, get it going.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You gotta get it going sometime. You gotta get out of your comfort. You gotta get wasted, man, and like just have fun.
Yeah. Maybe.
Like not do dumb stuff, but like
I chill with the boys, man.
and get wasted with the boys. That's just as
Maybe.
fine.
Maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it on air, so.
Well, I did
Well, your mom doesn't watch this.
sometimes.
No.
My mom definitely does.
She's aware of it.
My mom literally leaves comments on every episode. Like,
Really?
every
My
night.
mom.
Hi, Mom.
My mom found it, and I was pissed. I'm like, Mom.
Nah, I don't care that my mom
stop.
watches it. Hi, Mom. Love you.
You don't think Joe Rogan's mom watches his podcast?
Yeah, but he's like 52.
You guys would just have to know my mom, and it's just
I
cringy.
don't know your mom.
Yeah.
I really
If you
don't.
did, it
I
would
know
be.
Sean's mom lives in Indiana.
We're
And
basically
she's
talking-
not stationed there.
Just imagine my mom's here, but she can't talk, right? Because she's gonna hear this anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize, Mama Sean, man.
That's how it is. Our listeners, they can't say anything. It's like if they were here, but we duct tape their
Yeah,
mouths
it's
shut.
like I can see them. You know, I can see them sitting
I
there.
can imagine the people.
The
that
10
are
people that are
listening
gonna
to it.
watch this episode, I
Yeah.
can see all of them, and it's like, wow, hey, hi. But then again, it's like not really that because I can't actually see them. But I know they're there, you know,
Yeah.
in spirit.
Right.
Anyway,
What time is it?
it's 52 minutes.
It's kind of
It's
felt
also
like.
4:27. So,
Okay.
excuse me.
Well,
Dylan, you know, it's good to have you on again.
Well, I
Kinda-
apologize for the random bullshittery.
No, it's good, man. I wish we had more to say. Like,
yeah, it's on us.
I mean, lately, shit, like these episodes have just been kind of going that way, where we just kind of just go with where it takes us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it hasn't really been taking us much further than how it has been.
Yeah, we're in a rut right now.
Well, I apologize for my lack of information and
Nah, it's not your fault, dude. It's not a bad episode either. It's just like we're not doing anything different, you know.
yeah.
We got to innovate.
Yeah.
Innovation that excites. That's what you need. You need a Dyson fan.
And I know all you viewers are probably saying, get a camera.
Well,
And
we need
we're
to
working
definitely
on it.
do that.
We're working on
That is one of our top priorities, is getting camera.
But let's
you
just
know.
say a camera is really expensive.
Yeah,
for us,
like a
for our
good
budget.
camera. We're not trying to use phone recording here, like, because that's gonna suck.
Yeah. But, what'd you say? I got nothing, dude.
I can't remember
Like,
what you said.
I'm trying to, like, find something deep down in my gut to say about a conversation. Something deep, but I got nothing. I'm fried.
Are you?
No, not that kind of fried. I'm just,
Sean is.
I got nothing.
Not
no,
really.
Sean's not.
Sorry, Mama Sean. He's not.
No, we're just it is
Burnout.
difficult.
Burnout is the term.
No, I get what you're saying though, man, and it is very difficult too.
And I guarantee you, right when we turn this off, we're going to come up with something like that.
Oh yeah, we're
That's
gonna have
how-
the best conversation.
Well,
when we
that's
get
why
done.
we're not in the right comfort zone. We have to get in a comfort zone, like it's the mics. It's like seeing all this equipment and knowing that we're doing the podcast. If we were doing it any other way, seeing it as just us talking, it'll be a lot different.
Yeah.
But we're trying to be something we're not. It's kind of how it is, just like subconsciously.
You were talking about reflecting on yourself.
Yeah.
How big of a role does nostalgia have on, like,
Your reflection of yourself.
yeah,
I don't know.
or things of the past?
Things that you see as nostalgic, kind of. It's like over time you just kind of forget about it. I don't know, like the stuff from my younger days anyway.
I don't really get nostalgic
forget.
necessarily about a whole lot of things.
I do.
Like what?
Like just what I used to do when I was a kid and how much fun it was.
Yeah,
Like
man.
what?
There's just like sometimes you just do things and it's like it just reminds you of childhood and you just feel that nostalgic feeling. Play an old game that you haven't played since you were a kid and you're like, wow, I remember this
Dig Dug,
exact
dude.
scene.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug?
Dig Dug, dude.
It's like from the 80s, bro.
I know, but I played it.
I like Pong, bro. No.
No, dude, I played
Pong
Dig
was
Dug.
so funny.
Because I was an only. Here's the reason. I was an only child. So I had to find single player games that I could play.
Dude, there's a lot of those.
There was a lot of those back
Okay,
then.
what was it like to be a single child?
It sucks, man.
Why?
You spend more time like arguing with yourself than you do with anybody else. Like at least you have something to speak to on a daily basis, you know?
Nah.
I do not.
Nah, but well, I don't know. Having siblings is really nice. I mean, it's nice to be able to go.
People that have them take them for granted, 100%.
They're very. I say like that doesn't really. That statement, it doesn't really apply to me as much, because I don't live with any of my siblings, and all of my siblings are like older than me. Like I'm the youngest, you know, and by the time I could even start, you know, hanging out and being cool, that was when they were going off, you know, and graduating and stuff. They're all in their 20s now, so it's like never really had that like equal connection with my siblings. But I do love them.
I love my bros too.
And I see them like I go and visit them on a more rare occasion, and it feels more of a special occasion, you know. It feels more special when I see them on these occasions. That's why I definitely don't take mine for granted.
Yeah, I was talking more about the demographic of people that live with their siblings. Like a person my age that has a younger brother or sister tends to take them for granted.
Oh yeah. Oh, way more. Like people that live together, siblings that live together, no, they don't give a shit about each other. It seems.
No, it seems like they don't. Maybe they do, and we just don't
No,
know it.
well, me and my sister lived together like through my childhood and stuff. She was the only sibling I actually lived with, but we never really got along. We still get in arguments and stuff. We still don't really get along that well, but in the end, you know, seeing them on an occasion, seeing her on an occasion is way nicer, and we're a lot happier around each other when it's this way.
Well, the way it is for me, it's like it just seems like we don't get along that well, but that's just because we're just used to
Yeah, you
each
just get
other.
used to being around each
Yeah.
other, man. It's just how it goes.
So it's not like every time we see each other we're like, oh, I love you, bro, and stuff like that. Because it's like, dude, I'll see you when I wake up and when I go to bed every day.
But I don't even know what that's like.
Well,
Like I have not slight, because my childhood was kind of weird, because like obviously I had, for the first like 5 years of my life, I had a single mom. And I had a single mom that was pretty uninvolved. So I basically had like my dad's parents, like my grandparents, were like my parents for like the first 5 years of my life. And then after my mom came into my life, it was weird, because like I didn't have that stable, like consistent household childhood growing up as much as like most people did. So I didn't really realize that my family demographic wasn't the same as everybody else. So I grew up in it not knowing what everybody else had, so I didn't think it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
like my childhood and my family, like staying together, is like the thing I'm most grateful for in my life.
And it's way more important than most people realize.
It
Because
is.
I have that relation now. So I have like a stepdad that's awesome, and I have a mom that's awesome, you know. So I have that now, and looking back on it, I look back and go, man, my childhood was messed up. But like I never would have done that if I didn't know better, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finally got one good piece in.
Well, I think we're going to have to wrap this episode up, because it's 59 minutes.
Bye. No, this is the this has been another episode of the Sean and Gabe Show.
We hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't, well,
Blame me if you
there's
didn't.
really nothing we can do about it.
Go ahead,
because
blame me if you didn't.
We're not
I'll
really,
take it.
Look, we're just trying to do what we can here, right? See ya.
Bye.